Garcia collects brilliantly, slides this into Badje. Badje pulls it back, edge of the penalty area. Chance for Haley Ladd, goal for Haley Ladd, and it's brilliantly well worked.
Welcome everybody, welcome back to the channel, fam. Listen, before we go any further, please remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe down there for brand new. After Manchester United's win in the WSL over West Ham over the weekend, I decided we're going to take a step back and do a little quick history of where Manchester United is coming from in the WSL, and we're going to talk about where could they be at the end of the season and what's the future looking like. Manchester United win, they took them first place in the championship, which means that left Chelsea to either win today to go back at first place. Well, they lost today. Chelsea has lost today to Manchester City, which means that left a massive gap open for Manchester United to pounce on. But we don't have to play Chelsea again for the rest of the season. Chelsea still have to play Arsenal. Those are the tougher games in the league that they can still falter. But let's talk about what Manchester United's brief history is in the WSL, a women's championship team in 2018. And it was, a lot of background work, back research, bringing a coach, recruiting players and such, bringing the best and right players that were good to play right now, that were not, restricted to contracts and all that stuff. Katie Zellem was named the captain of the team. One of the few players that they brought in who was a Manchester United fan, grew up in Manchester, played in the academy, was Ella Toone. They brought in Millie Turner, and what that did for Manchester United was bring a core of footballers within the team, a young but experienced set of players who could play in the championship, and they went on to win the championship that season. Now fast forward to 5 years. They started the league in 2018 in the championship. They've qualified for the Premier League, and now 5 years later they are top of the league in the WSL. And this has been tremendous work done from Mark Skinner and from the previous manager. But what Mark Skinner have done is that Mark Skinner went out, and Mark Skinner, with the team that he had, that he inherited, he brought in some wonderfully new players that were essential to elevate Manchester United. He brought in players like Maya Letizia, like Tarkara, Lisa Nalsand, Estelle Castelrino, Grace Clinton, who's now on loan, but a very young player. She's going to be brilliant in the future. Aja Leon, Lucia Garcia, Nikita Paris. There's a bunch of new players that was embedded in the previous players that were in Manchester United that brought them up to the top of the league. Now, as I said, Manchester United has just jumped to first, and as you can see, Manchester United first, Manchester City second, Chelsea third, Arsenal fourth. This has been a very, very, very tight affair. As you can see, Manchester United is ahead because of their superior goal difference with 33 goals. What I know for sure, this season is going to go down to the last few games of the season. That's how tight this has been this season, and that's how tight it's going to be. Manchester United's next game is the 1st of April against Brighton. Brighton is the bottom of the league. Manchester City versus Arsenal at Arsenal. That's going to be a good game. But people, it's going to be an exciting WSL season this year, and I can't wait. I really can't wait to see what Manchester United does. I want to see them finish first, qualify for the Champions League next year, bring in a few key more players, because I think Martha Thomas could be upgraded on. There are a few players in the team that we could upgrade on, but to be honest with you, this team looks good. I can't wait to see what they do next year in the Champions League. I cannot wait to see what they do next year in the Champions League. I want to see the Women's League grow. I want to see the Women's League develop. I want to see the Women's League thrive, make more money, get more fans, bring more people in the stadium. Back the women's team. Support the women's team. Support the women's team 100%, people. 100%. And before we go, people, let's give a big shout out to Ipswich Town. Karen McKenna, assistant manager for the past 2 years. He's been at Ipswich Town and he has been killing it down there. He has jumped from 20th in the championship, I think, to 3rd, and he's been killing it. Big up to Karen McKenna and Ipswich Town. Also big up to Michael Carrick and Middlesbrough in the championship. They're doing crazy down there, jumping from 15th to 3rd, and then there's a shout to get into 2nd position in the championship. Listen, Make sure you support the championship. Make sure you support Michael Carrick. Make sure you support Ipswich Town. Big up yourself, people. Bless yourself. Bless up others. Manaz.